Welcome to Liberal Buzz Show. I'm your host, Denise Dorey, and I've got very few subjects I'm more concerned about than the passage of the Adult Use of Marijuana Act. That's probably the worst thing that I've seen, the worst law I've seen trying to be pushed through in a long time. It's just so unfair and unjust. Well, let me show you. Let me. Don't take my word for it. Check what this guy has to say.
So what is it you're doing for cannabis reform?
All right, we're trying to get people to legalize marijuana. We have a petition that we're trying to bring out here. We just need the people to be aware of it and sign up. We're out here in all the stores around California. Let's get legalized marijuana out here.
And what does your initiative do? Do you know anything about it?
Well, what it'll do, it'll tax certain things on marijuana, but we still need to legalize it because we're tired of being discriminated against. We're out there, we wanting to work in good jobs, we want to advance in the community, but hey, some people are just hooked up on marijuana and they just want to keep working, and we don't want the jobs to say, hey, you didn't pass a drug test, we got to let you go. No, we want to be able to go to work, and when we leave work, hey, we blaze up a little bit, it's fine, it don't hurt anybody. So sign up quickly as possible.
And what's the initiative number that you're having people sign for?
It's 15-0103, Marijuana Legalization Initiatives Statute.
Do you know the name of it?
It's only named under marijuana legalization.
Okay. And are you getting paid to collect signatures?
Yeah, they pay me $1.50 per signature on this. So sign up and help us out.
And if somebody wanted to have a job collecting signatures, who would they contact?
United Petition Management.
United Petition Management.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you for doing what you're doing. Is there anything else you can tell me about this initiative? What do you know about it? Anything at all? I mean, specifics?
The specifics that mean the most to me is that I'll be able to work a great job and make money for my family and won't have to worry about if they're going to drug test me and not passing for marijuana.
So you're saying that this one will allow you to have cannabis in your system and still keep your job?
Oh yeah, as long as you're not on duty with it on you, yeah.
And you're not buzzed at work?
Yeah, I know.
Right. That's like if you're drunk at work, you get fired, right?
Exactly.
So can you go out at lunchtime and smoke a joint and then come back to work? What are your feelings on that?
My feelings on it, I used to do it all the time, and to me, I used to work even harder. I was more of a help.
Yeah? This is your initiative measure to be submitted directly to the voters, and it's 150103. So let me ask you, how do you approach people like grandmas, and what's your opening line?
To be honest with you, I'm just like, I tell them all about all my other petitions. As soon as the people are tired, they're signed like 5 or 6 petitions, and they're tired. And that's when I bring out how you feel about legalizing marijuana. And I would say 95% of the people I tell about it, they're like, yes.
Okay, so what was that group you say that people could get a job doing this through?
Here's the business card. United Petition Network.
United Petition Network, right there. Yeah. And have they given you any instructions on how to do this? Do they give you a training program or anything?
Yes, they do. They'll give you a training program and tell you how to get out there and approach the people and talk to them and tell them what's going on, and let's get marijuana legalized.
They don't have any specifics. You know, you're not supposed to say certain things.
Come up with your own pitch. You are supposed to tell them what it's about.
Okay.
And the people take a read at it, and like we say, let's just put it on the ballot. Let the people decide if we really want it.
But you don't know if this legalizes for what age?
Far as I know, I would say from 18 on up. It's a possibility that the marijuana could be at a 21 because they're not going to change beyond what the cigarettes would do.
Well, you heard it here, folks, on the Joe Hemp Network. People wonder, why do you wear a bag on your head? I speak for those who cannot speak. I speak for those who would go to jail for marijuana because they have to hide their identity to smoke a doobie. There's teachers and lawyers and politicians that like cannabis, they think it's a good medicine, but they can't come out of the closet. Well, Joe Hemp, he came out of the closet with a bag on his head to speak for them folks. And I will be sure to put this on the Joe Hemp Network.
Hear what he's saying? There's see, the Adult Use of Marijuana Act is bad on a lot of levels. It doesn't expunge prior convictions. It uses them against you to keep you from being involved in the industry. And that's more carve-outs for rich white boys to take over the cannabis industry, thanks to Sean Parker. You know, so it's gnarly. There's a lot of these horrible things about to happen, and I believe we have a call. Hello, viewer. Hello, viewer.
Oh, here, let me turn my TV down. I guess there's a lapse.
Yeah, you might want to do that. Thanks.
Okay. I'm worried about corporate management that are not physicians or doctors trying to regulate my intake of medicine. And I'm talking about NoOnAUMA, of course. And this is Tom.
Yeah, Tom Bernheim, aren't you?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Well, I just won't vote for them this year and wait for 2018 for something better to come up.
Yeah, well, there'll be. See, they saved this so-called legalization, which is nothing could be further from legalization than this, and they saved it for 2016 because it's a presidential election year. It promises to take away a lot of your rights to. Now you know that a lot of cities and counties already have bans for cannabis, and there's 250 cities in California that have those bans in place. So, anyway, it doesn't stop those bans. It actually allows cities, any city, to ban cannabis on any level, and all smoking will be illegal outside for patients, even also. So, it's just bad. There's nothing really good about it. We went into a fake information session.
I was with you.
And that was pretty cool. So, tell us what you thought of that.
Yeah, I'm glad we went and informed the people.
Yeah, we had to inform the folks at the
educational seminar.
Yeah, the educational seminar about cannabis laws and how they'll change adversely and how the language is vague.
You know what I'm really worried about is this is going to tax the dispensaries, which is going to raise the prices, and you know who's going to have to pay for those extra tax fees?
Yes.
The patients. For the nonprofit organizations, the patients are paying for it.
Yes, they are. So.
Well, thank you for your show, and I'll let you go. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo to you.
Do you want me to record this, or are you good?
I've got it. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Well, thanks, Tom. Thanks for the thoughts. He's always pretty liberal guy. He's against NoOnAUMA. He was there helping us pass out the information. Now, let's see. Because yesterday we had quite a number of people that didn't know about NoOnAUMA. They were dispensary owners, and you know there are a lot of people that have a lot to lose. And so we were handing out these flyers here. I've got a call. Welcome. Hello. Welcome to Liberal Buzz.
Yeah, hi, Denise. It's me, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, so I'm there yesterday. So it looks like this is going to pass, and we can stop it, right?
You have to move away from your TV.
Okay. It looks like it's going to pass, right?
No, not if we stop it. You know, they expect 56% of the voters will pass it, but I say that that's just enough to make a dent in them because there's a lot of people against this.
Yeah, because I got my absentee ballot in mail today. I got my absentee ballot today.
Okay, Shona's trying to get through.
Okay, take care.
All right, thanks, Frank. Okay, so my guest Shona's just about to call, and that was great. Frank has a show twice a month, every second and fourth Thursday at 5 p.m. on this channel here, right here. So please give him a listen. He's covers all things psychic, and his last show was absolutely fascinating. I just couldn't stop watching, and it was commercial free, which is a great part about it. You don't have to lose your train of thought while you're, because he gets deep. He goes deep into the psychic realm of issues, which is another interest of mine. So it really tickles my psychic bone to hear. He's really good. So be sure and give him a listen and a call. He loves to give he gives great readings. Okay, so let's see. I'll let her know the line's clear. Now with this AUMA. Okay. She's trying to call in. She said the line was busy. So what I have to do is get through as much of this until she gets to call me. I've got a lot to cover. So now we passed out these flyers, information flyers, to the people attending this Adult Use of Marijuana Act information session, and it was by a fellow that really, I don't know, he's got other ulterior motives. It's not really for patients or any. Let's try her calling. Let's see. So, see, we want to save Prop 215. If we say all use is medicinal, then everybody gets a card, right? That's one of the philosophies behind just hanging on to Prop 215 until we can get something better than Adult Use of Marijuana Act. So, let's see, I wanted to get... See, AUMA provides no protections for families with children, you know, and the kidnapping by Child Protective Services, it's appalling, and babies get the most money, $5,000, so it's really baby sales. It really is. So the proponents will lie to you. See, with AUMA, they won't protect your children from being taken from you if you use cannabis, and neither will your job. So there's no protections for any of that. And AUMA destroys Prop 215, and so there's no protection. There's no protection for patients. They can only have an ounce, and you know, if you need to stockpile your stuff because from harvest to harvest, that's not going to happen. So that's, and this is a healthy plant. They're getting mad about people smoking something really healthy in public, and the fine goes from $100 to $250 because AUMA claims that it's unhealthy. So they have the Drug Policy Alliance in on this, and they're the ones. The Drug Policy Alliance. They're not really stakeholders in this. Let's put it that way. Stakeholders are like us, people who did time, people who've been arrested, things like that. People who were hurt by the war on cannabis. Let's not confuse the war on cannabis with the drug war, because it's not it's a medicine, and I guess other drugs could be medicines too, but we'll get to that later, and first things first, they're scared those things will kill you, and this doesn't kill you. So let's get to the harm reduction. Cannabis can replace almost any drug. If you get sleepy stuff, it'll replace the alcoholic's urge to drink, things like that. So we gotta help. I had planned for Shona to call in, but she can't get through. The line's busy. So, now the Adult Use of Marijuana Act contains constitutional provisions that can be struck down. If it doesn't pass, will you be operating under the Medical Marijuana Regulation Safety Act? So the investors aren't being told, and see, we showed up, the Friends of Prop 215, we showed up yesterday, and we handed out flyers. Frank and I were there with a whole bunch of people that don't really want to see our rights taken away from us to grow cannabis for each other. And I mean, can you imagine patients going to jail for this? Oh, you had, putting people that really have a medical need in jail for cannabis. So here we were at the AUMA information That's what they called it. The adult responsible marijuana reform. The Drug Policy Alliance. It's just the fact that they call it a drug when it's an herb. So that's a red flag right there. It's a huge red flag. This was the handouts that they had. So I got to get through all this. It legalizes 1 ounce, 8 grams of concentrates or 6 plants for adults 21 and up. If you're 18 to 20 and under 21, you'll go to jail for like the video previously said. And there's a lot of lies in here. It was vague, and I put up the videos of the conference in their entirety on my YouTube, which is you can find them on my Twitter. This was let's see. Here they are. Yeah, fake legalization. So go to my Twitter and you can read it for yourself. You can listen to it for yourself. So I want to read a little bit about what Letitia Pepper had to say about this. The Friends of Prop 215's report on SF legalization task forces, which it wasn't a task force, somebody hijacked it. Many task force members at the May 4th, 2016 training on the Adult Use of Marijuana Act was not a presentation of the legalization task force at all. It wasn't. It was, what happened was that the task force name was hijacked by attorney Matt, I have a personal agenda, in Cumin, Kumin, and his business partner. Apparently everyone on the task force is too intimidated by Cumin's bluster to call his bluff on this inappropriate conduct. The fact that Cumin pretended to be acting for the task force, the marijuana task force, legalization task force as a whole, is very, very important because the task force as a group has not officially endorsed ALMA, Adult Use of Marijuana Act, and Cumin. So they're just trying to hijack our rights here, to grow our own cannabis. Because remember that they can impose bans. It's in the language. Any city can ban cannabis on any form. So in fact, the members of the task force can they learn more about the Adult Use of Marijuana Act's actual impact at the presentation yesterday. Like I said, there's 4 videos of it. Now, what happened in the May 4th meeting yesterday, I sat through the whole thing, and it was like, being waterboarded. It was absolutely hideous, and the guy said he made us all raise our hands and agree not to scream at him because he knew we were going to, while he said, everybody's in favor of it, and then refused to, take as many objective comments as we were. So the training event was carefully controlled and manipulated, like Nazi Party organizers initially controlled their public events, and they control things to support their desired outcomes. So there would be no questions from the audience until Cumin chose to call for them, and he made some generalized presentation about ALMA. And he had a black woman there, just a token black woman, so everybody would think it was cool, And so, just bringing a black woman doesn't mean that it's not a racist policy. Just let me put it that way. I spoke to her, and she was nice, but anyway. No one discussed the fact that ALMA allows state legislature to completely alter all of ALMA's terms related to individual rights with simple majority votes, and they can do it in the middle of the night. A city and town, they can impose bans in the middle of the night when everyone's asleep. And so the dictatorial rules are clear. When he made them clear, the Cumin had been forewarned that the Friends of Prop 215, which is us, you just saw in the picture, Friends of Prop 215 right there. I didn't get pictures of everybody, like Frank was there. But so it was just hideous. So we demand an open public debate between Chris Conrad, Lynn Lyman, that are for ALMA, but they dodge us, and Letitia Pepper and Sean Kiernan, who are against ALMA. We demand these debates now, free and open. So a public debate. And they keep ducking and weaving and refusing to go. And I've even been trolled by this guy on Twitter. Oh boy, this guy's really tweet. Oh, okay, so. Yeah, his name is Russ, Radical Russ is his name. And he's something else, let me tell you. Radical Russ. He's got his own TV show, and he's a proponent for. He's got 18,000 followers. That's why I'm mentioning it. Don't be fooled by his show. He's out of Oregon, and he's been picking on me on Twitter. So anyway, like Radical Russ, Denise, Dorey. Here we go. You still have to buy tomato seeds. That's the point. You know, let's get to this. See, we're talking about seed to sale regulations because they're going to want to regulate seed to sale, all that. It's really horrible. Please vote no on Adult Use of Marijuana Act. Please. We have to, they've banned, it's not going to stop banning medical cannabis bans that we already have in 250 cities across California. So it's not going to stop those. It's going to invite more of them so that they can completely privatize it, charge a lot more money for your cannabis and not allow you to grow any, you know, even though they call it legalization. So don't be fooled. Let's Talk Sports is next. Please adopt a shelter pet. Peace out.